Hello. This is part one of a two-part series where I am going to talk about the case for a Christ-centered multi-ethnic church in Kankakee. Let's start with some demographics. This is, as you see here, you see how the demographics are changing. From the 1990 to 2000, they've changed up to 20%. Within blacks, it's up to 24. Some of the race, it's besides the besides the Hispanic, it is around. It has changed over 400%. And then you have. Within the Hispanics, it has changed 296%. These are drastic changes within the demographics and population. The population by race, you see the blacks have a 42.9. Other is a 4%, and then white is a 50, and you have then the multi-race 1%. We are seeing a dramatic change in different lifestyles. So we have a lot. Then we have very close to the same the people who are then married and then who have then never been married. So we are seeing a lot of demographics, a lot of things changing. And these are things that I think that we need to be aware of. I will now turn to a very interesting statistic. This basically says how many congregations there are within the Kankakee area. There is 154 congregations, of which 42,712 the people attend these churches. The one thing that I know off the bat that not all churches report to this, or not all churches report their count, but this can give us a nice rough estimate. There is roughly 110,000 people within the Kankakee County, and then the 40,000 in the city of Kankakee. Here's another very shocking and alarming one. Right here, 49,000, I think, is, almost 50,000. It is the count of people attending church. 54, almost 55,000 people are unclaimed, or they are not attending church. I I think it's safe to say to put this on market within the unchurched. These people are probably, some of them now maybe have went to church at some time, but God is not a big part of their life. And when we have more and more churches coming up, because there has increased from the 1990 to 2000. No, because we've increased the number of our congregations, but we are not increasing the people we bring to faith. So, what constitutes a multi-ethnic church? A good book by Michael Emerson, with Rodney Wu, the People of the Dream, and he is more free with his he is more free with it than I would be. He states that a multi-ethnic church is a church where no one group is more than 80% the majority. Like if you have, say for instance, if you have 10 people in your church, just say for instance, I hope then nobody does. But 2 of those would need to come from another than the ethnic group. Not bad. That's not easy. I mean that's real easy, right? So if you have 20, you should have 4. So so then no more than 16 are than the ethnic group. Okay, that's not bad. What about 50? If you have 50 in your church, then it gets a little bit harder, because you should have 40 people. Your major demographic should not exceed 40 people, and you should have at least 10 people who are not of the predominant race. Like if you have a majority, even a white church, then the 40%, or then you have 40 white, and the rest would be black or Hispanic, or if you have a black church, a predominantly black church, 40 of them would be black, and then the rest would be white, white or Hispanic. I'm going to go in then the next. So this becomes a very real challenge, and I think it is the need of the hour for Kankakee. I have a real concern on how things are going, and because my next talk will be about the theology of a multi-ethnic church, and then what should be the theology behind a multi-ethnic church. I will see you then. Bye bye.